Hello there everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Our mini moon lander is prepped and ready to go. I very slightly have missed my window for Duna, but that's okay because what we're going to do, I've already calculated, it's definitely well within my ability to adjust the orbit slightly in flight while we're on our way there to make a nice solid encounter with it. And if it fails, well, it fails. So without any further ado, we are 18 minutes from the burn, which in my experience takes about 4 to 5 minutes. We'll burn at T-2, I think. I've already checked all of my engines. These upper stage engines are inactive. This central engine is also inactive. We're just going to start the burn with our outer batch there. Let's see how far we get with those. We can switch to the Poodle later if necessary. And yeah, away we go. Getting ready to point ourselves at Duna. More precisely, we're going to the moon of Duna today, if all goes according to plan. We shall see what we shall see, but yeah, if all goes according to plan, an orbit and then landing on Duna's small moon is high on my list of things to do. Quick save, just to reset everything back to its sort of 0 mark here. And make our way to the T-2 minute mark to get ready to start our burn. And hope that I haven't screwed up my design of my burns too much here. I think we're going to be okay. It's going to be interesting to see. Wouldn't it be funny if I actually completely botched the design of this orbit? Hold on, let's just check one quick thing here before I get any further. I just realized what might be... No. Come on, where's my probe core? I might be still flying it from my... Aha! I was right. My instincts were correct. Fortunately, I still have 2 minutes to make the rotation. Here I am looking at the layout of this thing and thinking, I am pointed in the exact wrong direction to get away. That point where you're actually flying from is really important. My goodness. I can unset this target now. I should still set it because it's giving me the information on how close I'm going to get to it. 4 minutes and 7 seconds, 2 minutes to burn. There we go. And we'll see how well this thing performs. This is, of course, me flying with another experimental lander. Never fails, right? Oh, we'll go back to the moon again with a manned mission. I just needed a break from failed manned missions. I've had some really good advice from everyone, so thank you all for that. I will implement that at a later date, probably in the next couple of weeks. Alright, 3 minutes and 44 seconds, and we're burning at 2 minutes and maybe 5 or 10 at most. And we are checking very carefully to make sure there's nothing terrible happening with our engines when we do that. The ship wasn't under acceleration, but alright, here we go. 3, 2, good enough. Looking good. We're at full throttle to Duna, and it's a 6-minute burn, so let's get this engine into the party. After all, it's our, there we go, that's more like it. It's our the whole purpose of this stage is our departure stage. It'd be pretty silly if our departure stage took way longer than I had intended. There we go, right on the nose. Going to take a while. We'll check again at the about 1 minute to go mark. We'll go out into the map realm, see how things are going. Looking good. Got to keep those batteries charged. It's doing a nice job on those. 3 batteries on the landing component of this thing, which hopefully will be enough. Those are currently inactive. I have them set to a hotkey to activate both them and the RCS tanks on it. Looking good. Alright. Now we wait. It's a very long time. So I am going to, in the interests of, well, I'll only cut it if it's, you know, excessive time in the meantime. This is coming along. It's always heart-wrenching waiting for these burns to finish, because you never know how they're going to turn out. Yeah. The whole purpose of this lower stage is to make sure we can arrive at Duna with a full tank of gas, so our maneuvers can be a little bit more precise, because I know the little moons are really hard to get encounters with. Is okay, because we also need to pop ourselves into orbit and do a few useful things like a battery scan. It's going to be interesting because I need a surface scan. I've got the surface scanner on this one, surface imager. And we will see what we will see. I just hope this is worth enough for another tech level. Then I can start playing around with some more complex launch stage designs. Because that's definitely been a challenge of late. I've been really pushing right up against the limits of what I can actually design and build right now. Have we escaped from Kerbin yet? No, we have not. Wow. Look at that. So much more to go. Looking good. One of these days I gotta test out that ion engine and see how effective it is. I don't know exactly what it's intended for, but it strikes me that it's something I may need to examine in the future. It might be useful. 1 minute and 57 seconds to go. A few minute adjustments to my angle. You have not escaped from Kerbin yet, which is an impressive thing when you think about it. 50% of the way done our burn, but not 50% of the way there, by any stretch of the imagination. We're still an order of magnitude short. I know I say this every episode, but it really blows my mind. That's a bit of a weird effect, isn't it? Look at that. Crazy. It's funny how you almost need the same amount of fuel to get to the moon. Okay. Accelerating beautifully now. Moon, Kerbin, the sun. And then I'll spend the next bit of time off camera doing the whole micromanagement of solar panels to make sure the batteries stay charged on the way in. Yeah, coming along. Only a minute to go. It is an impressive thing. Yeah, we're pretty close. to being in the right plane for this encounter. There's Minmus, the moon, and our apoapsis is about to pass the moon and continue. Yeah. It takes so long to do these burns, though. It's amazing. 30 seconds to go, and we're just about to escape the moon's orbit. Or, you know, even come to the moon's orbit. There it goes. That additional 30 seconds gets us the rest of the way to Duna. So got lots of fuel, not a lot of fuel, but enough for future purposes. Here goes our escape's about to occur. A little further. Here we go. We've now escaped. We are now burning towards our final destination. Come on. No, keep it on. Keep it on that mark. We're coming. 19,600,000 is our target. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Almost there. 19. Almost perfect. That was just about perfect. Compare our burn to our actual. Yep. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go off camera and plan our next burn, and I'll bring you back in when it's time to do that burn to normalize our orbit to have an encounter with Duna. See you in a minute. Hello and welcome back. We are ready to do our burn. Such as it is, it's just a minor adjustment, and I don't think it's going to take as long as it's marked, but we will see, because it was calculating based off of a very brief accidental burst of engine power I gave while I was doing my final adjustments and trying to save and hitting the wrong button, and you know how it is. So what we were doing is we were adjusting our orbit basically to here, and right here we will have a Duna encounter, is the plan. It says here in fine print, right? So we're adjusting our sun apoapsis, hopefully properly. I wonder why I have two of these. This has got me mildly concerned. Did I forget to delete something? I probably did. Let's hope that doesn't screw things up too much. But hopefully we have just enough fuel left for this to work the way I want it to. I really didn't do a great job of designing and launching this particular mission. Not my best job. I missed the window on Eve today too. So, not my finest hour of planning of departure windows and the like. Oh well. I made a mistake and I'm paying for it. That's about all there is to it, really. We're about to run out of fuel, which is not quite going to negate my attempt at my docking. Alright, oh yeah, we just lost the lower stage, basically. So what should fire next is this one. And we're going to lose this RCS, which is okay, because I think this upper tank is still full. Yep. It's okay. Okay. Uh-oh. What engine fired up? Okay, let's decouple that. Okay, I'm going to deactivate this one. And, oh, right. Oh, shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. That's more like it. Didn't miss it by too much, fortunately, with stellar distances being what they are. Oh yeah, there we are. Dunus periapsis. There's my Duna periapsis. I was looking for that. It's way the heck over there. With Duna, of course. This will be after I finish this burn. So there we are. That's 15 kilometers. Wait, 15,000. Long way. Yeah, 15,000 meters. 15 million meters. Just making some slight adjustments here. Come on. Just 20 seconds to go. We actually have lots of fuel left for this, so it's not too big of a deal that this has gone slightly sideways. Even if we can just achieve an orbit, we'll get 2/3 of the science we need. I do have a seismometer on there, though, so there we are. Okay, we'll bring that down maybe a little further, because we can. Uh-oh. Did I screw up? I think I did. It says I still got time left on my burn here. But I think... Okay, I gotta get rid of some of this crap. There's obviously some excess design, orbital burn designs, or something going on here. The important thing is I have a 5,000 kilometer periapsis on Duna, which is just fine by my standards. Which means we can unset our target, because our next job will be easier to accomplish when we get a little closer to Duna. Okay, quick saving, because that's about as good as I can hope for. I will see you guys when we get a little closer to Duna, because this is going to take a while. See, I sit here. Actually, I'll show you guys what I do. I sit here. I set up the time warp. Get it going a little faster. And we watch the shadows. See how the shadows are spreading? That means we're rotating away from the sun. So once we get to a point where the shadows are not conducive, where is it? Whoa. Whoops. Okay. Hopefully I didn't screw things up too much there, but... Oh. Right. I just managed to choose the one. There it is. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, I've just got to put a marker down so that I can see when it's time to slow down. But once the shadow gets to a certain point on here, I just have to rotate it so it still faces the sun, thus keeping my batteries fully charged. Oh yeah, right, I gave up some batteries when I discharged that lower stage. Still got 5 large batteries on here. That's more than enough for our purposes. Okay, I will see you at Duna. Welcome back. It's 7 hours until my orbital insertion burn, and I've had a bit of serendipity here. We're going to come in for our first Duna periapsis, and then we're going to have an encounter with Ike. And 200,000 kilometers, I should be able to burn into orbit around Ike on the way by, and we'll be there without any fiddling around with anything, really. So, 7 hours, lots of battery, lots of time, a quick save in place. You can always adjust this later or take another attempt. We're going to rotate a little, which is going to affect our battery charging, but that's okay. We can recharge our batteries once we're actually entering the Duna system. There it is right there. Because right now the important thing is getting ready to do our final orbital entry burn. Okay, here we go. So we're going to probably need about 3 minutes for this. We'll burn at 1 minute and 30 seconds. I don't know if it was entirely necessary to kill my batteries this way. In fact, just a tiny bit off of our mark here, and we'd actually have a couple more solar panels online and be at a stable battery situation. Might as well. Can adjust at the last second here. There we are. So we're very slowly charging the batteries instead of losing battery right now. There is our target right there. 2 hours coming up. Ooh, I gotta watch it. That sure goes by fast. 1 minute, 1 hour, T-minus 1 hour. 30 minutes, 20, 15... 17 minutes to go. Now it's time to get ourselves on our mark. Actually, turns out our mark is a little sunnier than it was before now. Nope, still as shady as it was. But some of our solar panels are still active, and I guess that's the important thing. So T-minus 2 minutes we'll burn. We'll start our burn, and we'll see what kind of shape we're in for successfully pulling this off. Periapsis is just a little further away though. Well, oh no, I've set it exactly at my periapsis. Perfect. 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2, yeah, that should do it. Alright, here we go. 3 minutes, nice. Actually a little early, but that's okay. Should still work out just fine. We are getting out of orbit with the sun, increasing the time till this escape mark right here. Excellent. And bringing it into a bit of a wacky looking orbit. The important thing is it doesn't have to be exactly 200,000. I just have to have the encounter. We have more than half a tank left on the big engines and a full tank left on the Poodle, so we are in good shape, if I do say so myself. Here it comes. I think I managed to get 1 or 2 samples on the way by using this an encounter like this in a previous mission, didn't I? So I might have already gotten a bit of the data on this planet. Not enough to really matter, though. It's the data from the surface and the image scanner that's a really valuable part of this. Whoa, what was that? That was weird. Things got quiet for a second. Huh. Weird. Alright, and... no, we're still not in orbit. But it's starting to twist. That's going to eventually, that's coming up to be, that will become our apoapsis right there. Lovely though, looking good. Looking good indeed. If I can pull off this encounter, just because this was just for coming straight into orbit around Duna in the first place, almost just a side effect of getting into orbit, that would be a pretty nice little bit of bonus serendipity going on right there. Exact kind of stuff, the exact kind of thing I like to have happen. Accidentally getting the right orbit. I only had to tweak my radial a little bit to get a more optimal encounter. The rough of the encounter was already there. Coming in for our twist. Yep, the twist is coming in. Not long now. It's weird watching it try to redraw these lines. No. It'd probably be right about when it hits here. Because it needs to get to the point where it's going to twist back on itself, right? Or more precisely, I'm trying to get it to the point where Duna will pull me back in, no matter how hard, no matter how hard Ike tries to shoot me out of orbit. Here it comes. Yeah, here comes the twist. There we go. We are now in orbit around Duna, and in a moment we will be on a reasonable angle to get into orbit around Ike. Just a little adjustment to our angle. There we are. Getting ready to slow down the engines a bit when we get close, because that'll give us a little more time to do our final adjustments. We don't want to overshoot this after all. Starting to slow the engines down. Looking good. Not long now. 1 second to go. There it is. That's just exactly what I had planned right there. In fact, if I keep going, I could even get a little closer, but let's not get too close. We want to make sure we get any high orbit related stuff there. Okay, let's kill that one. Let's see. I should not have the burn that I had planned. Delete. There we are. Lovely. Nope, nope, nope. That was the wrong button. We want to get a little work on our encounter here, because now we need to burn almost as much. There we go. 123. We don't even have to do it that much. We'll see what kind of scans we can get from there. Perfect. 44-second burn to get into orbit around Ike in 13 hours. Not bad, if I do say so myself. Now let's adjust things a little so that we are well served by the sun. Lots of monopropellant left. Excellent. Just the way I like it. So I should have all of the necessary science from Duna, so there's no need to worry about anything to do with Duna at the moment. All my high atmosphere, high elevation stuff is done. We're just going to drift into orbit around this lovely little planet right below us. I'm going to quick save because that was just too awesome, and if things crash that would be very sad. Okay, 11 hours to go. There goes our first pass on Ike. We just missed it on the first pass. 6 hours to go for our burn. Batteries are charging quite nicely. With the way this angle of orbit is set up, I might actually be set up to always be charging my batteries if this orbit is angled the right way. 2 hours to go. There it is. 1 hour to go. $40 minutes. We are now officially over head on Ike. Time to get ourselves ready for our orbital burn. I sometimes wish you could tell it where you want it pointing on the nav ball and have the RCS point it there for you, but that would sort of take some of the fun out of the imprecision of this game, which is really funny. We can fly to another planet, but we can't have the computers control it. Although I guess I am the computer controls, because we would be dealing with a 10-minute time lag here on Earth in the real game, and here I am flying it in real time. I guess I'm the onboard computer. That's kind of cool when you think about it. Apparently every Kerbal spacecraft is imbued with the brain of a Kerbal. Organic computing for the win. Hence the imprecision. So we'll burn at T-minus 20 seconds. 322. Good enough. Here we go. SAS on, locked on target. Watching the numbers down here. $178,000 periapsis and dropping. Gotta watch that, don't want to get too low. Mostly we'll stop as soon as we're captured, because we don't want to, there it goes. Well, not as soon as we're captured, but as soon as we're reasonably captured. 2 million, 1 million, 7, 600, 500, 400. 200. Perfect. Okay, that'll do. It's eccentric, but you know what? It doesn't have to be a perfect orbit. It just has to be the orbit that will get us our science.